wanna show how I feel anymore. I think I'm homesick, but I don't know how to go back to the place that's gone. With a change of winds, my heart fell and I can't find it. Feeling empty, spending days and nights of silence, 'cause no one can explain how I feel in my mind, in my oh, I don't know what I am, but I miss myself, 'cause it's not me anymore. How can I move on? Please tell me.
How to walk alone and be strong. Believe things like Sarah is cologne. It's painful reminder that it's gone.
It feels like my heart's suffocating. How do you make amends when you go from me? Come down with the wind. I don't know if you say there's nothing that sense to me. I'm so numb, so lost without you.
The view is pretty nice up here, right? Will be better if that's all you want to talk about. So just say what you're thinking. Sarah, tell me, does she really need to die? Let me ask you a question. If I or someone else killed Kaneko, would you forgive them or show mercy? She has to die. I really don't care what I have to do to make that happen. With a comparison like that, you should know how I feel. She killed my friends, our team, and now she feels sorry for it? My mind is made up. So instead of this, you should worry about the two behind you. And so Boyoko comes through is like, alright, on time. And with a guardian, no less. And so Shitoya walks by them, and so she's just like, try it, and you'll be dust to me. And so Boyoko just like, you're going to be beyond dust to us. So, where is your associate for this meeting? And so that's when Saki just jumps off the roof and comes through and just makes her entrance. And so Saki's just like, right here. And so Fu just like, look at us. A true leader, purity, and a strong ninja chick. Quite the party. And so Saki's just like, just get on with it. And so Boyoko basically lays out her whole idea. And so she's like, I will be as candid as possible then. We want this fair gone, plain and simple. It's pure chaos and darkness to the extreme, and we are capable of eradicating it. We want the same thing. No one should go through its traumatizing effects. We've all seen it firsthand. The Guardians failed the multiverse. They were supposed to protect, and for what? They need to perish, and let our team do what they cannot. You've seen how well we can work together, no? Right! Like what you did to Sage in Blue. All that you proved is that you're assholes. It's not happening. And so Fu just like, ugh, you're still on about that? Let it go already. And so Boyoko just like, the place between this world and the multiverses. We were born there. That void. The only things we saw was despair and darkness, and how its tendrils cling to the multiverse as a whole. We broke free, but we saw what it was doing to the verses at large, and the three of us agreed to stop it. Unfortunately, as hard as we fought to save people, lives were lost at rapid rates. We went from world to world, trying to help, and only saving a handful of places, if any at all. That's when we found an old Japanese village in ruins and learned about the Guardians of Despair. Once we learned more, we found out Kaiho abandoned her duty, and Shitoya did all in pursuit of revenge. And so what? The people was to die? Over a concept they can't fight? Unforgivable. That's when I decided to lead the multiverse out of this torment. In order to do that, we must eliminate the Guardians so we can do what they can't. Their power should be in capable hands. People need heroes, and not selfish people. Exactly why the light and dark failed. And so Saki's just like, and you think you're better? They've been doing this since the beginning of everything, and you want to usurp that? sounds like a stretch, right? And who says they can't work things out? Sure, they got issues, but things can change to a point where death isn't necessary. And so that's when Fu just started clapping back in Chinese, and she just going off. 我告诉过你，他们不会听. And Saki knew Fu was being slick with it, so she came up with a response of her own. 聞いてるの信じない. And so Fu was surprised at her whole different language, and she was like, oh, so it's like that. For an alien fox girl, you're crafty. And so Boyoko just kind of comes through and it's just like, if that's the case, it seems we're at a stalemate. Just know, no matter what you decide on, we will carry out with their deaths. This is not a hope, but a fact that we will do it. We are prepared to put everything on the line to stop despair at all costs. Even if we have to kill the greatest chance against despair, get in the way, and we won't stop until you are done and will be reduced to the ash in the wind. And so Saki's just surprised by the quick movements of Boyoko. They was not expecting this whatsoever. Like, it caught them both off guard pretty heavily. And so basically Saki was not liking this whatsoever. And Fu kind of was just like, so when you're ready to give up your powers or join us, come seek us out. And so Boyoko just like, let's go, Fu. We'll free everyone from despair. And so as they're heading off, Saki's just like, you people are insane! Don't you think this won't cause more despair? I highly doubt you all can handle this. And so Fu just like, what are you saying? Of course. And then Saki cuts her off immediately. I get it. Saratomi used despair to get what she wanted, and you think she and Shitoya can be manipulated again. And so Fu's just like, we are stronger than... And so Saki cuts her off again. It's like, maybe physically. But you were born in that void. What makes you think you can't be used by it just like them or anyone else? And so Fu was, for a moment, at a loss of words and slightly started to doubt herself before just getting annoyed and walking away. And so Fu was just like, we are the same. And so Boyoko just like, far from it. We are more than despair, and you will see that for yourself sooner rather than later. And both the girls flew off the base. And so Saki just like speaking to Jake just by himself now, just like, well, that went as well as I thought. We're gonna be in for a fight, aren't we? And so Jake's just like, then we'll have to be ready. I'm not giving up Saratomi and Shitoya. They just need time. And so Saki's just like, and if they don't? Plus, Shitoya herself still wants her dead too. What then? And so Jay just turns around and has his eyes back being red again. And so he's just like, then I will handle it. I don't care what anyone's trying to play at. If anyone dares to kill you, Kaneko, Saratomi, or anyone else I love, they are going to die. Because I refuse to give up what is mine. And so Saki was a bit surprised by his demeanor. And so Saki was just like, mine, huh? And so as we go to the next act, we end up seeing Aoki kind of just looking out the window, kind of lost in thought with the previous conversation that she had with Saratomi last night. So once again, Jay just walks up to her and he's just like, somebody got something on their mind. And so Aoki's just like, it's that obvious, huh? How did your meeting go? And Jay's just like, shitty, to say the least. Gonna be fighting them at some point. All we can do is be ready. Because we don't know when they'll strike. And so Aoki's just like, are you sure you can handle it? Your eyes. And so Jay's just like, nothing to be worried about. Been like this for a while. You seem more different today. Something happened? And so Aoki's just like, I know what I am. My existence and why I was brought here. Born from you and her. I had an idea, but to be the shadow of Shitoya? To be born out of pity? Judging by your looks, you probably knew something was wrong with me too, huh? To be honest, I've been thinking about it all day and I don't know what to do. She told me to live my life without being anyone's puppet, but how do I do that? Am I supposed to act like all I've ever been through just doesn't matter anymore? Aoki. And so she continues on, she's like, that's why I need to ask. What am I supposed to do with my life? Does my life have any meaning at all? And if so, what do I do with it? Those are questions I struggle to figure out myself at times too. As much as I'm told to fight against despair and all that stuff, deep down, I don't know what I'm here for at all either. My life was going nowhere fast before all this, so what makes me special? So in truth, I can't tell you anything because I don't know myself. I have no answer. All we can do is just live by the moment. And so Aoki just like, seems to be the case. But even that, is that just okay either? And so they both stay pretty much quiet and awkward for like a little minute until Symphony decides to roll up. And so Symphony's just like, well, look at this depressing duo we have here. And so Aoki just like, I'm not depressed. I'm just at a loss of what to do in my life. And so Symphony's just like, again, depressing. And the both of you wallowing in it isn't helping. Luckily, I have a simple but effective solution. And so Aoki's just like, that being. And so Symphony just says, raw, deep sex. And so Aoki's just like, did you just want to fuck or something? And so Symphony just like, hey, at least I'm being considerate. We can do good after a moment to feel good. Plus, it's a good mood lifter. And so Aoki's just like, you can be serious. And so Symphony just like, so Jay, what do you say about a nice threesome to ease the soul? I know you want to, foxy boy. And so Jay's just like, fine. Not like I don't want to. And so Aoki's just like, of course you agree so easily. And so as they continue to, talk that out and about to start getting the threesome going, we end up going to the park and we end up seeing Lamine kind of sitting there by herself after purifying a few people that were in despair. A little bit of light work for her. And essentially Lamine just kind of just like, I don't understand how there are so many people caught in despair from back then. And so that's when all of a sudden Boyoko pops up behind her. And so Boyoko just like, unforgivable. And so Lamine just like, who are you? And so Boyoko just like, tell me something. Do you truly forgive him? What? And so Boyoko just like, he lied to you. Lied about your existence as well as your brother to you. And that is forgivable. And so essentially Lamine just like, who are you? And so as she kind of looked behind her, Boyoko left like a spirit, and Lamine was just left in her thoughts to kind of ponder what the hell did she really mean. And then we get into the final act, where we end up seeing Totsuki basically come through and just being very serious all of a sudden. And she's just like, I will be the mediator in this discussion between you two. You may speak freely about whatever it is you want to talk about. Any fighting while I am here, or if anyone lies and hide their true feelings will be dead the moment they finish the lie. You may now begin. Glory to our goddess overseer. And so Shitoya just basically sits there and just like, I don't like being in the same space as you, so I'll make this quick. I'm gonna join those 3 girls that want to take us out. Even if they want me dead, I'll happily help them take you down. All this time, I looked up to you, and in return, this is what I get? You're a mockery of what you were. A shallow person who put their selfish wants over every living being in existence. I had to pick up the pieces only for it to crumble to the ground. One guardian is just not enough to protect all these worlds. But what would you know about that? Their lives, dreams, pain and suffering. You don't care. You did what you wanted. And now despair is at the front door, ready to kill everything. What good is this shitty life? What good is this shitty life you've gotten? Nothing but a waste of time. We are meant to protect life and stop darkness from getting to this point. If all life is precious, to choose what we want out of it. Why can't we? It's not fair. We have to fight and die for a cause we know nothing about. I needed to see what's so great about life. I've been able to do whatever I wanted, think for myself, instead of being a weapon that we were created to be. So yes, I killed our friends. Because if no one was going to see the truth of what life really is, then I will do it myself. I don't care what anyone else thinks. And so she told you just like, you never cared. That's the point. We were a team, and you ruined it all for the sake of your will? And so Sari told me just like, and that's all? Are you okay with just being limited? I took their lives and I did something with it, instead of staying mindless. I never forgot my mission. I never would have if you followed me. I brought the idea up many times and all of you hesitated and stopped thinking for yourselves. We serve the Overseer, but is it wrong to want something for ourselves? Why protect something we don't know? Shatoya, we should have been all here, living our lives instead of waiting to fight. That's what life is about to me. Finding something important to live for, understanding it, and protecting that life because you want to, than just doing so because it's a command. And so she told you just like, life is important to you? Is that what you tell yourself after taking 2 lives just to get here? And so they stood quietly for a moment. And so until Saratome was like, this is a waste of time. It seems like we really won't see eye to eye. So, let's fight like the weapons we are, as we always have done. Go to those girls, join them, and come and fight all of us with everything you got. And when that day comes, I will not hold back on you. The next time I see you, I will change your mind, or I will end you. And so she told you was like, fine. I grow tired of this. You are incapable of preserving the future with that boy, so something needs to change. If you want to do what you want, then so will I. That boy is being mentored by you, which means he's a failure. I will take his place in power that the light gave to him, and I will lead the charge. That will be the reason for my life. To serve and protect all life from trash like despair and you. And so she told you just to leave off with that. And Tosuke's just like, she certainly laid everything out for you. Although you didn't lie, you hid the truth of what you feel. What's done is done. This is the path I chose, and I knew it would be like this. Life is worth living, but it's also so painful to live.